So, when you are doing sound stuff, you've turned the sound system on, the next thing we had to do is make sure everything is plugged up where it should be. So I'm gonna start with the microphones because they're the easiest. Actually, the drums are the easiest. They don't plug in anything. Sweet. Okay, microphones. We have tape on them, and we've also left them taped to the floor. Now it's kind of messy right now because people have messed it up, but we have the wires coded. So it goes green, blue, pink, and then orange and yellow I think are backwards right now. But they go over, and they all plug in to channels 9 through 14, I believe. Okay? So that's how you plug your microphones in, and I'll show you how to coordinate those in a second. The next thing we want to do is make sure the keyboard is plugged in. All right, the keyboard uses these two, left and right, and it plugs in down here. It plugs in to 3 and 4, okay? So that's the keyboard. Next up is the bass. Now the bass is kind of tricky, and so for the bass we use something called a DI box. And the way that works is whoever's playing the bass that week will plug their bass into this cable right here, right? And that cable plugs into the input. You see where it says input? They got it backwards. It plugs into input, just like that, okay? Now, if you're playing the bass, you want to be able to hear yourself. So we have this amp right here. We run a link line from the DI box to the amp. And the way to do that is you see where it says link? This is just a regular XLR guitar cable. This is a 1/4 inch, not XLR. You just plug that into link. You plug that into input, and then you turn your amp on, and you can hear what's going on. After that, it's simple. You just take a XLR microphone cable and plug it in from there to the box where it should be. You come over here for the acoustic guitar. You see this box right here? All you have to do is plug the acoustic guitar into input. That's all you have to do. The electric is still kind of tricky, but it's not too hard. So when we're playing the electric in class, we want the amp to be there. Right now we have the amp in the chapel because we're playing in the chapel. And so you plug your electric guitar into the amp just like you normally would. So guitar to input. Well, we want the effects that the amp has to be heard through the sound system. So we take this cable. Now this is a 1/4 inch on one end and it's XLR on the other. So we plug this in to exit. All right. When we're doing this, we want to make sure the gain, especially if you use an overdrive, the gain needs to be very low. And then all we do is just take this exit or external, whatever it is, cable, and run that all the way back over here to the box. And you're set. Everything on stage, music-wise, is now ready. There's one more thing before we go, though. We want to make sure that our monitors are working, okay? So, the way we do that. Right now, we only have 2 sets of monitors, and that's because it's all you need. So, the main floor monitors, if you come around back, let me take. I think I've unplugged something. Okay, we're good. If you come around back, on this top part, on the very, very top box, there's these little blue things. You plug your cable into the blue right there. See how it just plugs in? You do that. And then that cable, if you follow it, it's gonna run all the way over here, and it's gonna plug into your monitor. And then we take, here, get close for a second so you can see that. It plugs in right there, okay? But there's another hole. So what we do is we take another cable and we plug that into that hole. And then that cable runs all the way over here to this one and plugs in right there. So now we have sound coming out of these 2 monitors. And then for the piano, we just come back over here. Again, you look on the back of this, you can see there's a cord plugged in, and that cord just runs and plugs in right here to this little monitor. That's all you have to do for the monitors.